What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we are looking over the Mercedes A-Class, probably, if not my most sold vehicle. So it kind of makes sense that now that we've got one for a couple of days, make a video, show you all the pros and cons, show you the new MBUX system, we can show you the space in the back, all that kind of stuff. But first things first, let's have a look at the outside. So with the new A-Class, obviously it's been completely redesigned from the previous one. We've got new LED headlights on the front. This is only the Sport, so it's got the 17-inch alloys rather than the 18s. Big chunky tires, obviously it's not the best looking in terms of like sportiness, but again, they're decent alloys. We've got folding mirrors, which we'll talk about a little bit more because that's actually part of the executive package. The Exec pack gives you heated seats, folding mirrors, an upgraded media display, and a few other goodies as well, which we'll talk about when we get inside. Come round to the back of the car. We've got full 360 parking sensors, as well as a reverse camera, which comes in really, really handy. Because when the previous A-Class came out, back in 2014, I had one, and it was before they fitted the reverse camera as standard. And you can't see anything out of this back window when you're driving it. Although this one is bigger than the previous shape. But honestly, it's very, very, very helpful. A180 diesel, again, oh my God, when we talk about efficiency, this car is on another level. We brought it back from London with a quarter of a tank, if that. Came back and it's still got like half of a quarter. So it's nuts. And it still says there's 125 miles of range left in it. And like, for me, in my TT, we're talking like, well, I'm on about 180 miles and I've got like half a tank left. So yeah, the levels are completely different. If you're looking for like a city carver, a motorway cruiser, it really is a bit of a no-brainer in terms of what's on the market. The price is always good. There's always a deal on an A-Class. I guess the main thing that you might struggle with is stock, because they're so popular. Obviously they're mass produced, but so popular, and because there's always a deal, it entices people to buy them. Hence why you see so many on the road. One of the main things that you'll notice about the new A-Class is the newly designed front of the car, especially with these new LED headlights, which if I press this, should be able to see them light up. Yeah, it's just a lot more aggressive. The whole car is like angled downwards. It's got a lot better road presence, and it doesn't look dated. Whereas when you drive past the old 2014 to 2018 A-Classes, you see there's quite a, it looks dated. There's no other way of putting it now. It's been on the road for quite a while. It needed the new redesign. And obviously with the A-Class, you've got the new MBUX system. So let's jump inside and I can show you some of the stuff in there. All right, cool. So let's jump inside the car. I really, really love this. We've got really nice updated trim all along the side. Again, as you can see, like I said earlier, this one has the executive package. So we've got heated seats. We've got the folding mirrors, which you can just press right here. Oh, it probably won't work because the door's not closed. That's just typical, isn't it? As we jump inside, we've got new steering wheel. I've explained this before in another video, but I can't remember which one it is, probably the E-Class. This side of the steering wheel controls this screen, and this side controls that screen. So it's pretty easy to see what goes where. We've got cruise control, we've got automatic lights, we've got DAB radio, Bluetooth audio, a new updated navigation system. You can even get augmented reality navigation, which is insane. I guess the only way I can describe that is if you ever go on Google Maps and you go on Street View, you can literally, it's like what comes up on the screen is literally what you're looking at out the window. And then you have like augmented reality directions where it says like left and right, and like it's got street names that are so clear that it's almost impossible to turn wrong. Whereas nearly every single time that I've done a car delivery to someone, I get so close to their destination and then I end up going wrong somewhere. With this, well, if I manage to do that, then I don't deserve to be driving any longer. Okay, yeah, so let's start it up. Obviously, start, stop. Pretty damn quiet, not bad. It is a diesel, obviously, so it chugs a little bit. We've got a whole new entertainment system, like I said. It's touchscreen, which I only discovered not long ago. So I guess if you want to go where to, you can just press this. It'll bring up the thing, like wherever you want to go. We've got a notification center like you would have with your phone. So if it needs a service, if there's any malfunctions with the car, that will come up here. But also, if you plug your phone in for Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, your messages and your phone calls will come up on here as well. But if we go back to the home page, here we go. We've got your DAB, your navigation, your media, vehicle info. It's just super intuitive. Whereas some new cars you get in, it's just all a complete nightmare. You spend half the time trying to figure out what to do when really all you really want to do is listen to music, look at the navigation and call your mates. Simple as that. But this is really easy to find. You really can't mess this up. You've also got a load of different themes. So you can have like efficiency theme or like a lounge, or then you can make your own. You've got all the settings, sound, display, again, navigation, and again, you can create your favorites. So if what you're looking for is not there, you can just get rid of all of this and just simplify it all the way down or make it as complicated as you like. So you've also got this new touchpad, which is a lot bigger than it was before, and they've integrated the same systems that Audi have put on theirs, where you can write the letters for your navigation or for your phone contacts that you're trying to reach. It's also haptic, which is really nice. So as you swipe across, you're getting a little noise and it vibrates to let you know that whatever you are doing is working. So you spend less time looking at the screen and more time looking at the road, which, you know, from experience is always a good thing. With the executive package, you get the whole 360 parking sensors rather than just the rear and the reverse camera. So you've also got a bigger display screen as well. Normally, this would be the same size as this one. And if you go for the premium pack, you get two of the same size screens, which is lovely. And you get ambient lighting, which is really, really nice. Yeah, you've got this reverse camera here, ultra wide view, super HD quality. It's so, so clear. And then you can make it a little bit thinner. And again, if you press this button, it means the car is now searching for parking spaces. So whether that be a bay parking or parallel parking, you drive past the space, it will recognize it, put it in reverse. Literally, you do not touch the steering wheel. All you control is the gas and the accelerator. So as long as you can do that, there's no reason why you can't fit this into a tiny space or outside your house without scraping the curb. So another amazing feature which not many people know how to use, or they don't have the confidence to use, but I really, really encourage you, just giving it a go. A quiet Sunday morning, somewhere secluded. You don't even need a car there really. As long as there's one car, you don't need two. But yeah, definitely worth doing. You've got a wireless phone charger down here, so you just chuck your phone on there. It's just completely loaded with new technology. Okay, so if we go over to the driver's display screen, which is obviously the small one, which is your new dashboard, we've got a whole load of options again, which it's controlled with this side of the steering wheel, as I said earlier. So we can go through media, you've got driving dynamics, you've got like a G-force meter on there, which, you know, I don't think anyone's going to need that in a sport. Maybe in the A45 and the A35s. But the coolest thing for me is you've got styles. At the moment we're in sport, so it's like, let me show you. Let's go back over here to the trip computer. So it's all red and sporty, which is really cool. It just looks nice. So yeah, the sporty view has like a red dial. It just looks a little bit more driver focused. Whereas if we go back and then we go to classic, and this is super responsive. Like when I saw these new touchscreen buttons, yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be like any good. I thought it's going to be slow and laggy. But obviously we're in 2020 now, we should expect things to be moving a little bit quicker. The classic view just looks a little bit toned down, I guess you could say, with the cool blues. All your driver assistance things are on the screen as well. So we've got lane monitoring here, where it will keep you in the lane. It will brake for you, which is really good for insurance costs, because if a car can prevent you from having a crash or prevent you from running someone over, then that's great. You know, that's exactly what insurance companies want, is if to remove some of the driver error is just perfect. Let's jump out though, because in terms of space, that's another thing which they really, really did well with this car, which I was again surprised at. So we look in the back, because a lot of people that are going to be having these are probably going to be young families. It might even be teenagers, even first, second, third cars, like in their early 20s. So it's important that you have space for A, your friends or family, or a baby seat. As we can see, I'm 5'9", so I'd like to say that I'm a little bit bigger than a child, but a little bit smaller than the average size man. Like, there's plenty of room for me. Like, I'm not struggling for space here at all. And you wouldn't struggle for space with a Child seat either. Obviously I don't have one here, but you can just trust me on that one. Plenty of people have these with kids. Another thing you get in the back is you've got 2 USB-Cs, which is great for charging iPads, phones, our microphone. But yeah, you've got that there, you've got heating in the back. Sound system is great. It's not as good as the previous A-Class, but when you go up in the packages, like when you go to premium pack, you get an upgraded sound system anyway. So it's not that big of a difference. And again, like if you're buying one of these as a sport and going for the Exec pack, I think the last thing you're going to be worried about is a booming sound system. So, you know, the option's there if you do want it, but if not, this is the one which you should be going for sure. Boot space, again, plenty of boot space. Enough room for a pram. Just open that up. Loads of room in there. You know, I could climb in there. I'm not going to. Absolutely no chance. If you want to see that, you got to go to the Volvo video. But yeah, loads of room in the boot. There's even room underneath. It's just extended storage. It's not a huge amount, but it's okay. Doesn't come with a spare wheel. It comes with a puncture repair kit, which is the way forward at the moment. It's reduced waste, reduced weight. So puncture repair kits are pretty much the way everyone's going. Okay, so overall, you know, when you've got a car like this, which is costing honestly a very reasonable amount, you know, you're talking the same as like a Volkswagen Golf, Audi A3. It's as loaded with spec as it is. You're doing 80 miles per gallon on the motorway, 50 odd around town. What more can you ask for? It's got all the space that you could need, plenty of spec, really efficient, all in. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. Yeah. If you are an A-Class owner, comment down below if you think I've missed anything out. If you're looking for an A-Class, don't be afraid to ask me questions. You can hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, if anyone ever uses that. But they're the ones I use. But yeah, hit that like button, subscribe, ring the bell, because what is coming next week for you, but tomorrow for us, is going to blow your mind. Trust me on that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. We'll see you next week. Peace.